So today I quickly want to show you how we are restarting a garden that has been resting. I want to show you how we add biomass to lots of our soil, and I want to show you how a simple conversation with a waiter led to us feeding hundreds of people. So today is my birthday, and my wife asked me what I wanted to do with my birthday, and I thought back about something that happened to me once. I went to get takeout and I gave the lady quite a nice tip when I took the takeout, and she said, "Oh, I'm so grateful, this is just in time for my birthday." And so I asked her, "Oh, are you going to buy something nice for your birthday?" She said, "No, I'm going to go and feed the children at the children's house at the orphanage." And so I thought that's what I want to do with my birthday. So my wife asked me what I wanted to do with my birthday, and so this is where we are today. We slaughtered one whole pig, and we borrowed this frying pan, yeah, and it quickly became a whole community thing. We bought this is maize meal, that's some carrots and onions and things over there. And so our idea is to feed 100 people today. It's actually such a nice sense of community. I want to show you. The ladies are cutting the food here. We got a lot of helpers. There's a lot of ladies and men standing around the frying pan, busy cooking there. There's the guys boiling potatoes. So the whole community is coming together. I think we're gonna have a turnout maybe bigger than 100 people. And people are bringing knives, and people are bringing pots, things that we didn't bring, to come and help us cook the food. Big pan again. And so this is already a whole chatterbox happening here. Loads and loads of children, and the food will only be ready in an hour, so we will have many people here. Now it becomes a story of who's gonna get and who's not going to get. So Imps is there, and I will also have a queue that I'm servicing, so we're handing out plates, and so we have 120 plates that we hand out to the kids first. And so yeah, all the kids are standing ready. We're still about an hour away from food, but they're already very excited. Currently this is the scene, and so people brought their own plates as well. We gave out 120, and the small kids are the ones getting first. And I think the only bad thing about this is that we're not going to have enough to feed everybody, but I think we might be able to feed about 200 of these people. So the good news is we almost fed 100 people already, and children are starting to break up in little groups like that, and we still have quite a bit of food left. So we might be able to, if a conservative estimate, we might be able to feed another 200 people before the food runs out. So now we're standing at just over 200 people fed. There's a line for children there. These guys are still happy. There's a line for children there. And then here, our food is not, well, it's just past halfway now. So I'm quite excited. I think we are about to feed about 300 people here today. Very happy. So we just finished there. Mercy, my trusted helper, and I am driving back to town. Mercy, how many people do you think we gave food for?
More than 300.
More than 300. How many? So the white place was 120.
Yes.
And how many do you think of that is children?
The children were almost maybe 200.
200, and yes. So maybe 200 children and maybe 100 adults.
Yes.
So all in all, I think it was very successful. We planned on 100 people, and somehow our food lasted or dished up more. I got my portions wrong, which I'm very grateful for, and so this was a wonderful birthday. So came back to buy some bricks today from these guys, and so all of the kids came running closer, jumping in the car, and those guys are running then to collect some bricks for me today. Dump is now running around looking for bricks for me. Here you can see guys sorting bricks over here. There's guys cleaning bricks over there. There's people walking with bricks over there. Kids are coming from far with bricks. Everybody looking for a little bit of money. And this puts me in quite a pickle. I brought food for 4 families that I bought with the help of me selling some earthworms, and there are people buying coffees, and especially my members. I bought food for 4 families, but obviously there's a lot more people here than 4 families, so I'm not sure how I'm going to split the food yet. Ilya has been put in charge of receiving the money and paying all the different people, and I decided since they trust him enough with the money, they will also be willing to receive the food from him. Ilya, you can just take the food out from there. It was actually some meant for 4 families, but I think we can divide it. So we have some meat and we have some vegetables, we have some soaps, clothing soaps and body soaps, we have some sugar, and all of this is because of all of the people supporting me. And so Ilya will be put in charge to subdivide all of these things between all of the people. Okay, so I quickly want to have a talk with him, but obviously he doesn't speak English. I want you to translate. It's okay. While he's cleaning the brick, ask him what is his name. Pade. Pade. Ask Pade where is his mother.
Location.
And his father?
Work.
At work. Okay. So he's here to work for money.
He's looking for money.
Looking for money. I see. It's a hard job, eh? Is he in school? Normally. So on the public holiday he's here working.
Yeah.
Okay. I see he's got his friend. What is your name, sir? What's his name?
Fire.
Fire. Okay. Fire.
Yeah, fire.
Fire, not fire.
Yeah.
But he looks like fire. Benny, is there some of the things that you're gonna put in the food?
Yes,
The potatoes.
the potatoes we can put
In the soup.
in the soup.
Elias, and you say you are cooking for yourself and your brother.
Yes, we are cooking for the lunch.
Okay.
We are cooking the food for the lunch to eat at the lunch time now.
What's this?
Which is for tomatoes and what is it?
Potatoes I see in there.
Yes, and
Do you have some meat?
no, there is no meat.
No meat.
Make a little bit oil and soap and those things.
Okay, and where did you find the food?
Yeah, we just find it there.
In the bags and what?
In those trucks which is bringing some large things, we are finding those.
Okay. So we got 300 bricks today. Half of the bucket full, but loaded beyond capacity. Actually a little bit beyond capacity, so that's a problem. But so I loaded everything the bucket can carry, and then I brought these 3 guys into town with the scrap that they have to sell it at the scrap yards. I wanted to show you some soil improvement we had over the last 6 months. Almost unintentional or passive, you can almost say. So this is the papaya patch, and we'll put in a bit of the footage when we started in the grey water system. We'll put it in just after this video, but here you can see how big these papayas have grown, and here you can see how the grey water system is working. See, the mulch has fallen away, so we'll fill that up with mulch today. Now we experienced a very rough drought this year. We received 125 mils of rain, where normally we should have received about 400 mils. And we also only received running on the ground water twice, but it wasn't running on the ground strong enough to fill up the country's reservoirs, and definitely not ours. So our country, all the irrigation systems in our country has only got 6 weeks left to irrigate. But with that, said. We will put in the footage now, and you can see what it looked like. Very dry and empty. And then this is what it looks like now. So there's a lot of new biomass. This is Lucina. As I mentioned before, Lucina, for the life of me, I cannot grow when I want them to grow, and when I unintentionally put them somewhere, they grow like crazy. So here they are growing well. This will be a fantastic nitrogen fixing plant for the future. Lots of sheep food for the future. I'm growing between the papayas. I'm so excited about them. I will almost not care if they kill the papayas, but in a previous project I had them with papayas in a close proximity like this, and they grew very well. I also want to show you some things that happened. So our corn, with the little rain or almost no rain we got, was a very bad harvest. We cut them off and fed them to the pigs. This papaya, a couple of days ago we had big wind, blew over. This is one that blew over a couple of months ago. It's already starting to grow. And then this one blew over about 2 weeks ago. Now you might think that it's a bad thing when they blow over and die or break off, but you can see there is some new growth over here, and so that helps a lot. This little bug also ate quite a lot of things. Millions of them arrived, and they burn you. So it's a bug that I couldn't find a use for yet. So it's safe to say that our summer was not very productive. In crop wise, you know, our maize didn't do well, but our pumpkins did very well. And so this is what we are doing today. Just if I just quickly want to show them, just stop for me for a second. Sorry, the wind is very strong. So this is some of the compost that we made. You can see there's a little earthworm in there, and so Joseph is going to remove this, and then we are going to add loads and loads of compost in here. So this is our worm pile / compost heap, and we will be using this. Let me show you. We have here, so there's a little worm there, some worms. I hope the camera takes a nice picture of this. Adding this to our corn patch, to our papaya patch, to our trees. Add all of that in now, and then start that heap from scratch again. So after we realized that our crops, our rain-fed maize is not gonna work, we opened the sheep into the vegetable patch, and I'll show you what it looked like when we had pumpkins in here. And then after we opened the sheep into the vegetable patch, we planted corn, and then we added a nice mulch to the ground. You can still see there's some sheep manure a little bit, and there's some beans between the corn that we planted as well. And so the idea is that the sheep then cleaned our vegetable patch, ate the remaining pumpkin patches and the remaining weeds, and prepared the beds for us to plant the corn. And so now we've got corn under irrigation, just to get some corn out. It's quite a big thing for my father-in-law to have corn every year. For me it wasn't that important, but I like the idea of having the family involved in all of our projects. And yeah, then hopefully before the frost comes, we have a harvest of corn. So half of the compost has been worked into the gardens already, and now the other half, or there's quite a lot, that's also going into the kitchen garden at home. So this is our winter garden, you can almost say, because it seems like we only use it during the winter, and we had it rest now during the summer. Yesterday the seasons changed and it's now officially becoming winter. So today we are gonna repair the irrigation, add compost, and then get it started again. Quick thing that I want to show you. So this is old sweet potato vines, but what I really wanted to show you is in Namibia, or in the area where I stay, whenever you put mulch on, you have termites like this. So somebody mentioned in a previous video I had problems with termites, and so they mentioned lots of remedies for termites, and so I'm gonna use that this year. Last year they caused havoc in this patch, and we used wood vinegar, which is nice, but I'm gonna use lots of other remedies as well. And if you know of remedies for termites, you can add them below. This is the compost that we brought in, and this is basically what the garden looks like now. We moved all of the mulch out, fixed the irrigation, and so now all of this will be filled with compost. And the thing that they don't tell you about adding compost with drip irrigation is that you have to work it into the soil, because if you just add it on top, then the water doesn't carry the nutrients down like normal irrigation would be with hose pipe or sprinklers. Sprinklers would fall on top of the compost and then would work your fertilizer down, or your compost down into the soil. Drip irrigation just waters a small bit like this, you see, so just a small spot like that, and it only drops there, so only that area will get worked into the soil if you don't spit it into the ground. So we're going to put the fertilization of the compost down, and then we're going to work it into the ground, till it into the ground. Progress update on the garden. So we filled it up with compost, okay, and now we are working everything into the garden. Just recap the video quickly. I want to thank all of my members: Andrew, Sydney Sider, Tom, and Terence is the last 3 members to join my coffee page, and everybody that's buying me coffees. It really helps a lot with my projects, and everybody that's a member on YouTube, I really do appreciate it. Porsche that constantly buys the super thanks, I really do appreciate those as well. It really do help me. Okay, now I quickly want to recap the video, and then I want to tell you a story. So to recap the video, there's the lady that I tipped. I never thought that a generous tip would turn into generous advice, and would turn into us feeding about 300 people today. Maybe a little bit, yeah, around 300 people. We stopped counting. We gave out 120 plates, and so later on people came with their own plates, and so the 120 was filled up, and the helpers guessed more or less 300 people. We couldn't count everybody, and so, and I'm sure the waiter also didn't think that her tradition of feeding people on her birthday would have such a big effect. I don't think she will ever know about what she has done or what she has created in me, but this is something definitely that's going to turn into a at least once a year thing on my birthday. And then so something small can light a big fire. I think that's very important. Another thing that I heard somebody say this week was, if you break up the task small enough, anybody can make progress, and that really stuck with me. It can feel slow and humiliating and what, but if you break up the task small enough, you can make a difference. And so that really inspired me, because if I struggle with something, all I have to do is to make a smaller step, take a smaller step than what I'm doing already. Right, the story that I want to tell you is, while we were working on the rubbish dump and I saw all of those kids working, chopping the bricks and cleaning the bricks and loading them and selling them to me, I thought about a day in Mozambique. We were riding on the boat and we passed the first dhow. A dhow is those, a DHOW, is those wooden boats, and there were just children on it, and they were waving and happy and what. And we passed the second one and it was the same thing, and we passed the third one and it was the same thing. And so after fishing guys, you know, what's with these boats with all the children on them? I said, no, it's Children's Day. And I thought, you know what, why? I said to them, why? What do you mean it's Children's Day? Why are all the children on the boats? Where's all the adults? And they said, no, on Children's Day, the children don't have school, so they can go out fishing. and then the parents can sit at home drinking and doing the things that they never get a chance to do. So they actually get the day off because the children are now not at school. They are free to go work and do fishing. And so that always amazes me or amuses me, and I hope you enjoyed my story. Hope you have a wonderful day.